Hi, guys. I'm John, and this is the Deciding Factor Extra show. I've got Barb with me today. She's going to be taking the place of Alton since he is out playing and still not letting me go with him. So, Barb, what are we doing today?
Today we are doing a ThinkFast segment where we very quickly answer all the questions that you don't need the answers to.
You really don't need the answers to.
Really, and probably don't want them.
And it might make you pee your pants, so make sure you're not driving on the road. So,
one time, it's like that one time.
Guys, make sure you understand this is not the Deciding Factor podcast. This is the Deciding Factor Extra.
Bringing you their thoughts on today's news and current events. Coming to you from Austin, Texas, this is the Deciding Factor Extra. With your hosts, Alton Hill and John Herzog.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Deciding Factor Extra. Like I said, I'm John. I've got Barb with me. Alton's still playing, having fun in the woods without me. And so we are going to do a fun little segment called ThinkFast. It's going to require me to ask a bunch of weird questions in which both me and Barb will answer. And there is no telling what the heck we're going to say. So if you've watched any of the other segments, I'm sure you know what the heck I'm talking about. So buckle up. This one's going to get a little weird.
I think these episodes would make really good spam in people's email, don't you think? Like I could see this being just the excellent prank for your boss or... Well, anyway, continue.
Look at these two idiots asking weird questions. Yeah. It's more fun to think about who came up with the question, which I'm not going to admit to any of them. So, first question, very simple. Is it cake or pie that you like more?
Yep. Option C. Yeah. Why would you choose cake or pie when you could just have both?
Cake pie?
A piece of cake, a piece of pie.
Oh, I was trying to mix it, and you're just like, just take both.
Just take both. I'm like, what is with this whole, limited thinking way of looking at the world? Like, why am I having to choose either or? I hate that with the desert island questions too. Like, why am I only allowed one book on a desert island? Who says? Take me to the boss. I want to know. You never think that?
I'm going to say you're batshit crazy at this point.
Just saying, I think sometimes the problem is the question. So what would it be for you, cake or pie?
I don't think there's a whole lot of options when it comes to cake, but you can come up with a crap ton of different options for pie. So I'm absolutely going to go with pie. So.
You're doing your cake wrong. If you think there's not a lot of options for cake, you're doing cake wrong.
I mean, okay, so there's chocolate cake, there's regular cake, then there's...
What? Go back. What does regular cake means?
The lemon cake. What's it called? I don't know. It's yellow. Yellow cake. There, that's what it's called. Yellow cake. And then, of course, don't forget the sprinkle icing on top because that's the only icing I'm going to eat from that.
Good to know.
Yeah, pretty bland, I guess. But
a little bit.
So what? Deal with it. All right. So this one's going to pick your brain. So what happens when you're talking time? What happened between BC and AD?
B.5.
B.5? What?
Between AD and BC. A, B, C, D. Halfway in between would be like B.5, right?
Well, I'm sure some of the people right now are going, what? What do you mean what happened between BC and AD? Okay, so it was before Christ and then after death. Well,
no, it's not after death. That's just silly. It's wait. Oh, shoot. I always say it wrong. Shoot. This is crazy. It means in the year of our Lord. So basically what happened is Jesus was born and he ascended. That's what it doesn't actually mean after death.
Really? Because that's the way I was raised. It was after death. And they said that in school and church.
Yeah, in Texas. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, that was funny. I want to convert to Texan. No, it's seriously okay.
You're Texan.
Yeah. Turns out that the paperwork is extreme on that. Okay, I'm going to find this. What does AD stand for? Hold on. Am I allowed to Google the answers on these?
While you're trying to fact check me, I guess, what do you call that time frame? Is it DC during Christ? I mean, that's what I would call it.
Sounds like you're missing Anno Domini.
The actual question is, it's documented if you're a biblical scholar or care about biblical thoughts, it was well documented in the Bible. So what happened? Yeah. Go read the Bible, you dumb butt.
They go together. Okay, Anno Domini. I'm probably saying it wrong. Anyone that wants to correct me totally can. But it translates to the year of our Lord. It's equivalent to CE, which sometimes you see more commonly now, and refers to the common era. It refers to the years following the birth of Christ up to now.
There you go. I guess some of us Southerners weren't taught right.
I was homeschooled.
Speaking of homeschool, we have a podcast with you about homeschooling.
We totally do.
I guess it's a good plug for if you haven't seen any of our podcast, our normal podcast, make sure you switch on over. I think you actually might like the homeschooling one, especially if you have kids or thinking about homeschool or dealing with the current pandemic. I think you'll learn stuff. I definitely did, of course. So again, I'm a stupid Southerner, so whatever.
So not what I said anywhere in that podcast. Not even close. No, it was super fun. You guys need to listen.
I will edit the video so that we can point it out, and I will highlight and put arrows and all sorts of stuff. I'll make sure the closed caption is right there for you.
Awesome.
Yes. Hey, so next question. If you died today, who shows up to your funeral?
Okay. I'm assuming like the usual suspects. I'd like to think that my kids and husband would show up. There would be that one woman with the kind of fake red dyed hair in the back that would be like doing a jig with a tambourine. And it would be the first day in about 16 years that she was very happy to call herself my mother-in-law. One person will dance at my funeral. That's what I'm saying. One person will dance at my funeral. What about you?
What kind of dance are they doing? The Macarena, the jig, the twist? What?
I think by that point, it's probably going to just look like whatever comes out. I think she'll be pretty happy about that. So
interesting. Yeah, I sometimes wonder if I will even have a funeral. And I only say that because I'm not going to be buried. And yeah, I don't know. So I've got some social awkwardness despite having a podcast. I really don't know how to make good friends, because anytime I've ever tried to make friends, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about my story and how weird this is going to sound. Anytime I've tried to make friends outside in the normal world, it has always backfired. I'll give you a perfect example. I joined a fishing group and I was trying to find people to go fishing with. This guy messaged me and says, hey, I'm looking for a fishing buddy too. So we go fishing. He seems normal. Things are great. And we're out fishing on the boat. And he happens to say to me, hey, what do you think if a guy were to go down on you?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to call the police. Wow.
And there's nothing I can do at that point because I'm not on my boat and we're out in the middle of the lake. And what the heck do you say to that?
Yeah.
So I unzipped my pants and we moved on with the day. But,
it's going to be so much editing here. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Make sure you know. No, I was weirded out the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that. So
what you're saying is you don't think that you'll have friends that show up to your funeral because you don't know how to befriend people that aren't nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here, so there's proof of this. I'm like,
So
you know.
here's the other problem. The other part to that story is we were actually doing a fishing tournament together when he decided to say all this. So I was stuck down in Zapata, Texas with this guy, sharing the same hotel room. So there is a lot more to this story, and it sucks.
So, if anyone wants to be John's friend, you can find us at The Deciding Factor on Facebook. Yeah, wow. I did something like that, but it didn't end as horribly. I blew out my knee and got a couple concussions. But yeah, I did the whole, where do you go to find friends? And so, close. I was 30 and I'm like, you know what I should do? Roller derby. People that do roller derby say they love it. And so, yeah, I learned how to roller skate when I was 30 and did roller derby for a few years. Turns out I didn't make friends. I've never been more despised by a group of people, actually. But anyway.
At least you weren't trapped in Zapata, Texas.
I was going to say, you're making it look pretty good right now.
Wow, that was too much insight. Thank God that didn't go on our normal podcast. Hopefully no one hears this show. Yeah, so don't know what that question was all about, but I'm going to be done with that one. Where do you hide a giraffe?
I'm actually going to make you answer this one first. I'm not answering first. Go ahead.
You hide them in a zoo, right?
I don't know if it's a yes or no question. I mean, not personally. No, I wouldn't personally hide it in a zoo.
That's the only place you could hide them, and it would not be obvious that you were hiding them. Other than that, I mean, there's not anywhere else I can think of that you would hide them.
I'm pretty sure that you hide a giraffe with the same way that you would hide a box of Lucky Charms, which is in plain sight. So you stick the giraffe at Saks Fifth Avenue and you say that that's the pattern this year.
Okay. Well,
just saying, in plain sight, like we don't even notice it. We go in, we're like, yeah, okay. Personally, my Lucky Charms live behind the multigrain Cheerios, and nobody looks past the multigrain Cheerios. Same thing.
Okay. Well, that's an odd question. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next.
Compared to all of our other ones, which just led to totally normal places. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want to thank you for that one. Okay, so let's do what song always gets stuck in your head? And I wish I could play these without getting copywritten issues.
No kidding. There's a few. So I think that there's a genetic thing here. Okay, I don't know that everybody is susceptible to the earworm thing. Do you think that's true? Like, do you get songs in your head really easily, or does it actually?
It's called earworm.
Yeah, when it gets stuck in your head and you can't get it out, it's like a song, not an actual bug.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you get songs in your head really easily?
I can, but it depends. Like the Baby Shark, when that thing came out, oh my goodness, I couldn't get it out of my head. It was so stupid, but yeah, it was so much fun.
Right. That one is a vicious one. Well, I would say, so I can think of songs that are definitely like, I will end up humming them, but for the most part, I don't really get songs in my head in a way that I choose the songs that I put in my head. My husband, on the other hand, we have learned, and all the kids have learned too, that it's absolutely something that we can plant at the mere suggestion. Okay. Did you know there's a superhero called Plastic Man?
I don't think so.
I'd never heard of him. He was in a book that my son brought home from the library. And we're like, Plastic Man, this seems like a lame superhero, right? Like he would melt, wouldn't he? Which led to a song, right? Plastic Man, don't let him get close to the oven.
There's really a song.
No, we wrote the song. Yeah, no, we wrote the song.
Okay.
But the superhero is real.
So what happens if your son wrote this book, made you think he got it at the library, and all you did was make fun of his book?
I hope he's getting royalties from it. But I think that that is one that all the kids have to do is start to hum like the first two notes, and my husband will have it in his head for the rest of the day.
I interrupted you, but I want you to go ahead and finish singing that song.
Oh no, that was the end. Like, don't let him get close to the oven.
Oh, y'all are so weird. You definitely need to stay away from Texas. Please. Austin's already weird. you'd blend in perfectly, but yeah.
That felt mean-spirited. I think we're really creative, but okay.
No, y'all are fun. It's fun. For me, it's Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. For whatever reason, I just can't get it out of my head.
Okay.
That or Black Betty.
Okay. Well,
in my head, and I've made y'all deal with that. So
that is one that I've discovered that not only can you sing it round the clock, you can also turn it into a okay, time for kids to go to bed song, time to go get your jambalams. Yep, it's stuck all the time.
Oh, that's funny. We were actually, so I was driving my daughter home, and I was like, hey, can you play the song Black Betty? And she called it Blackberry. And I was like, no, it's Black Betty. She's speaking into the phone trying to find the song. Blackberry. There's Blackberry. I don't say Blackberry. Black Betty.
It's because y'all have an accent. It's really hard to understand too.
Whatever. Not that bad. Some people think it's sexy because we bring sexy back. Duh. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to not think about that later.
I'm really going to try not to think about that later. I'm going to be humming with the Winnie the Pooh song in my head for a long time to not think about that later. Go ahead.
Oh, you know what? Another song that I did have a big, long-lasting stand with was Uptown Funk. My kid hate that song now. Yeah.
Yeah. We had that too.
Yeah. And I'd always walk in. I'd be like, dope. 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 And I'd do it in the shower too, right? Because
of course
you got all the acoustics just perfect for that deep voice. All
the acoustics. That was a Texas word. I'm sorry. Sometimes it just sits out there and it's like, don't make fun of this. Low hanging fruit. That's a fatty across the plate. Just continue.
All right, guys. That's all the questions for this segment. Stay tuned for other stupid freaking questions that we're going to ask. I blame Barb. It's all her fault. If you don't like it, cuss at her. I don't care.
Or if you love it, make sure to follow me on social media.
No, screw that. If you like it, then contact me. I'm glad you liked my ideas. And stay tuned for more. That's the best part about having an intern on the show. It falls on her if it's bad, right?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. It was fun. Make sure you catch our regular podcast, which is not so crazy, a little more stable. And of course, Alton's normally on that show. So catch us at the Deciding Factor podcast. Once again, this is the Deciding Factor Extra. Barb, say bye.
Bye.
This has been another episode of the Deciding Factor Extra, giving you food for thought on real-life issues. Be sure to click, like, and subscribe to this podcast, as well as all your big social media outlets, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out our website, thedecidingfactorpodcast.com, and give us comments and feedback. Until next time, stay safe and keep an open mind.